Hi guys, it's me, Nia. Don't forget to check out my mom's podcast. It's called Girlhood to Grownhood. It comes out every Thursday. It's on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Bye guys, don't forget.
I am so sorry I am late, darling.
Well, it's quite all right.
I just had a very womanly conversation with my god sister. It's kind of perfect that it happened right before we was gonna record the show. I don't know if you want to. Yeah, I don't know if you want to talk. Well, let's not talk about it now. Let's get the logistics out the way. I'm gonna ask you about your week, and then I'll tell you what we talked about.
That'll work.
So, hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Girlhood to Grownhood. I am Ta'Mika,
And I'm Onaka.
How was your week, friend?
It was a busy week. So, this week, or I should say last week, was busy because we wrapped up recital and dance season for this year. And summer can officially begin for our household in my book. Okay. But it was really exciting. I was backstage, Mom, on Thursday. Got to see her full performance on Friday. And yeah, I was tired to the point where Saturday morning, I slept till I stayed in the bed at least till like 2.
As you should have.
Yeah. What about you?
My girl, I'm getting to the point where I'm Dory from Finding Nemo. I can barely remember what I did yesterday. But my week was pretty decent. Nothing too major outside of Papa Bear having a crazy military week.
Really?
Girl, very much coming in and coming out. He was supposed to be gone for 2 weeks, and then he popped up at home like, yeah, I didn't know I was coming home today either.
Wow.
But then left again and then came back and then ended up not having to go back. So then he had 2 free days. So I really wasn't expecting him to be around the house in my way.
It's different when they're in a routine and we get into a routine, and when that gets discombobulated, it's so weird.
I don't want to say he was in my way. He wasn't in my way, but I had certain tasks I wanted to do while he was gone. Because I knew that him being gone, I could focus on these.
Yes.
Right? And that didn't go very well. I didn't do any of those tasks because I was bouncing between Papa Bear and Baby Bear. So as Mama Bear, I was very much I just want to get through the week, make it through the weekends. Even with Sunday, it was a lot, girl. We had 4 baptisms.
Wow.
Our church is growing fast.
Yeah.
And we had
ours is too.
Girl,
we had our youth day Sunday, youth day was yesterday.
Yeah, we did too.
Yeah. So yeah, that makes for a long Sunday too, if you know.
Actually,
but it's wonderful.
Youth Sunday really wasn't
It
long
wasn't
for
bad.
us.
I was gonna say, wait, it actually wasn't bad. I don't know, it just seems like it was long, but they were very prompt and on cue. So I kind of take that back. It just seemed like it was longer, but it was good.
The only thing we did for Youth Day were we recognized our graduates in the church. So congratulations to all of the 2026 graduates. Y'all have
Wonderful
did it.
job, guys.
Graduation should be wrapping up by now.
Open house season.
Right, on both a high school and a collegiate level. Graduation should be wrapping up, and it is open house seson.
Do you have a lot of open houses to tend to this year?
Girl, I don't know nobody who
not really?
graduating this year.
We have one of the church members that we were invited to their open house, and right off the top of my head, that's the only one I can think of. And it's so funny because I thought that June was gonna slow down a little bit, but it's not. Hasn't really kind of panned out that way.
It has not.
I was like, oh, I was wrong.
Girl, I thought the same thing. Okay, I thought June was gonna be smooth. smooth sailing. But it
Excuse
has
me.
not turned out to be that way. Especially because I leave on Saturday.
I was just thinking about that. I was telling Hub, I was like, I think they're leaving to go out of town. I'm pretty sure she said June.
I am
Wait,
finna get
we
ready
leaving
to
when?
girl Saturday.
You working on packing.
King. Luckily for me, because I am very much is a type A, very much type A,
Mhm.
very much OCD. I paired all of the stuff I was gonna pack in our suitcase a long time ago, so all I gotta do is just put it in the bag.
Okay.
Yeah, because since it's summer, we just play clothes and lounge wear right now. So
Love it.
my laundry for real clothes, everything's clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Love
are
it.
very much in our lounge wear, play clothes, throw on and go era.
As you should be.
Yes. And
Haha. Those are so cute.
girl, over it. And yeah, so all I gotta do is just throw everything in a bag, check our toiletry bags, and we can hit the highway.
I love it.
And the
Did
only
y'all
reason why I
decide
gotta
what
check our
time?
toiletry bags is because when we came back from Lansing, I got lazy and I
Mhm.
did not refill and restock our toiletry bags from the trip. I usually do that. Like when I come back from a trip, I will redo my whole toiletry bag as I unpack and get all the dirty stuff out. And then I keep
Mhm.
my toiletry bag inside my suitcase. So the only thing I literally have to do is just throw clothes in it. I know my toiletry
Yeah,
bag is ready to go.
that makes sense. Did
That
y'all
is
decide what time y'all were leaving?
Trey Lynn don't know it yet, but we leaving at 3 a.m.
Okay. See, because we talked about that.
Yeah. My mom doesn't know it yet. She probably will by the time she hears this show. But
Mhm.
we're leaving at 3 a.m. because I want to be in Georgia with anything that might happen along the way no later than 6 o'clock. So I
Yeah.
feel like a 3-hour grace period for mishaps is perfect.
Mhm.
Because, girl, traveling, we got a lot going on. Well, we could segue, I guess. Do you have current news?
Current news. So I really want to kind of talk about some just reaction videos. The World Cup is going on or coming up.
So we will
Is it
move
one of the
on
like
to current news because I was just going to say, girl, why are we traveling during the week of the
speaking
World
of
Cup?
Georgia? Yeah,
Why are
that's
we
one of
doing that?
wow, it's one of the hot spots.
One, I forgot that we were the host country.
Yes.
And then I didn't realize who the host state was. But this trip was planned way before we knew that. So
What are you gonna do?
it is what it is now. But yeah,
Yeah.
girl, definitely did not even realize that the World Cup was happening
This month.
in Georgia this month where I'm going to be.
Traffic
My
to
cousin
say
had
it's gonna
already told
be
me, like, girl, they shutting down roads. They blocking everything.
like already, I'm sure it's probably been going on since the top of the month. Certainly.
Girl, I don't know how this ended up happening like that, but it is what it is at this point. I'm just going to make sure I take one more extra blue pill
Mm-hmm.
to keep myself very.
Listen, because the traffic already outside of it being an event like on this magnitude it gets crazy.
Oh, girl, you ain't got to tell me. You know, I lived there for a couple years.
Well, I'm just saying for the people that may not know.
Oh,
Like
that was one of the
you
main
need
reasons
to
why that was one of the
like you
main
gotta
reasons.
emphasize.
That was one of the main reasons I moved my tail back home because I got sick of all of that. The fact that I couldn't. My cousin talks about me all the time because I'd be like, no, that's too far away. Like, say for instance, like where I live and where the mall is at. That's quite of a distance, technically,
Yes.
on Flint time.
Yes.
And she's like, what? That's going around the corner. Right, because it takes them 45 minutes to get any doggone where.
Literally.
So I was so happy I moved back home because I couldn't take it. Like it was too crowded and I always thought I wanted that life, but I didn't want that life as a driver. You know what I'm saying? I wanted that life of I had this y'all know me. I had that crazy dream of being Carrie Bradshaw living in a brownstone in Harlem, where I
Mm-hmm.
could walk everywhere, everything get
Yeah.
delivered to me. I would never have to drive a car again. It didn't quite
Yeah.
pan out that way, and that's fine.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
I'm never moving anywhere that's got that
noise
much hustle
visit.
and bustle unless I can walk everywhere. I'm sorry.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely certain cities, it's just walking is the better option to get to point A to B. But yeah, like the shenanigans of the World Cup coming or being in the United States, us being the host country, and just people that are already here and their reactions to, okay, I guess I should back up some because a lot of people know like our food here it's extra large or extra this.
I heard that them people from the World Cup been
Things
hitting up them Waffle Houses like it ain't crazy. Like it ain't.
asking for 15 waffles to one person.
Who asked for 15 waffles for one person?
You gotta see the
Oh,
reaction
you
video
gotta
that I
send me
sent
some stuff.
because
Talk about the
I
reaction
sent it
videos
to
because
you
now I'm
and
intrigued.
this man requested 15 waffles. He was at a Waffle House amongst friends, and she said, "For just you, sir?" And he said,
Hello?
"Yes."
Because what? And
I
Waffle
s-
Houses
People
waffles
said,
are not very small. They're kind of thin.
"Mm-hmm,
It's not like a Belgian waffle or
right,
another like waffle iron type waffle. They have
mm-hmm,
their own special waffle irons to get this type of thickness in this batter. But still
yes."
15? Oh my God.
I was like, "Is that? Can you?"
Did he get anything else?
I don't know. Like that was the clip, and it was like people going to Walmart from like Ireland and just
More glasses.
from all over, and it's so hilarious because they get a lot of food are banned, or I should say certain ingredients
Yes.
are banned.
Yes.
And so
Ingredients are banned, so that means a lot of food is banned where they live. Yes.
yes, so people are going to the Walmart and like Oreos with Reese, throw it in the basket. These people are gonna gain a freshman 15,
My
possibly and
goodness.
some.
Not with the way they be ripping up and down that field. Well, I don't know about the fans, but I'm
Let's talk about
saying,
the fans.
yeah, they're definitely not going back home. Oh my God, when they get back to their country and that detox hit them.
Man, I am nervous for some of these people, like how they were ordering, like somebody went to Chick-fil-A, somebody went to Raising Cane's. Texas Roll House was a whole experience. Yes. And then
Texas
other people
Roll
are
House.
like,
I just went there on Sunday.
it's,
That's a
yeah, and
normal.
it's
And
like,
we were all like, I guess we can go to Texas Roll House. Like we weren't even.
yes. Meanwhile, they're like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever had in my life. There's a clip of this one guy. He has like a chicken tender, and he does like the mashed potatoes and gravy together with
Oh,
that.
on the
And he
chicken
was just
tender.
like, it was like he died and went to heaven. It's hilarious. I'm like, what are y'all eating over there? Are y'all allowed
Beans
to
on
eat?
toast.
I'm
My
concerned.
experience, no, I will say from my experience going to Greece, even though I went at a young age, I went at an age old enough to know the difference in food.
Mm-hmm.
I was a teenager when I went. It's night
Yes.
and day there because
It has to be.
you didn't do international studies, right?
I did
So
not.
one of the rules for international studies that we had, especially like being around Mr. Ford, Miss DC, Mr. Fenton and them,
Mm-hmm.
we could not, while we were over there, we could not eat what we had at home.
You
So
have to eat like the locals.
yes, we weren't allowed to like stop at any fast food chains overseas. We did, but they wouldn't let us do it until we were on our way back home. Like it was like,
Okay.
oh, this the last day. Y'all can go ahead and get y'all like some Mickey D's or something like that.
Yeah. Even
And
that is different, I'm sure.
oh, I had Mickey D's in Germany.
Like,
Taste completely different.
yes.
Now, this was during the era, it ain't on the menu no more, or maybe they brought it back. I don't know. But back in the day, girl, my standing order at the Mickey D's was the 2 cheeseburger meal.
Mm-hmm. They
Where you
still
got
have
the
that as
2,
far as I know.
but I don't think it's like on the menu though.
Oh.
I think you can ask for it if you
Mm-hmm.
one of them people like me that's used to it being a standard thing. But I don't
Yeah.
think like you can see it on the board anymore. It's not a
Okay.
combo anymore, I don't think. But girl, I didn't eat that till we was in the airport coming back home in Germany. It
And it
tastes
still
completely
tastes different.
You would have thought they fried them French fries in olive oil.
Huh.
Very clean tasting.
Yeah.
That's the best way I could describe it, is very clean tasting. Especially, I didn't order something I never had before. I ordered a 2 cheeseburger combo, which is what I would get all the time at home.
Yeah.
No onion, extra pickle.
To be exact.
No onion, extra pickle. And it tasted complete. I got to the point where I was like, "Ooh, I don't like this. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it." Come on, hand girl. I don't even know why you trying to act like she ain't over there when I'm. Do you not see?
Well, it's the phone has charged up, and I told her, like, let it get to a certain percentage because she wants to call her friend
Oh,
who just got a
cute.
new smartwatch, and they want to communicate.
Who got a new smartwatch? Okay,
Her
time out. We got to
friend.
pull over. This is no longer. We're no longer, because I actually wanted to talk about what the hell was going on at the White House, girl. I didn't know we had motocross too, but that's not important. What's important is who got a smartwatch.
Her friend got one for her birthday.
Her friend got one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
How old is
Yeah,
the friend?
so 9. Yeah.
Is it a for
She
real
just turned
smartwatch, or
9.
are we talking like a TT
It's
shop type of situation that's
yeah,
Bluetooth?
well, it is, like, through Verizon. So, like, she can make
It got a
calls, and
plan?
I don't know the
Yo,
ins and outs of that,
I know you
but
don't because you're not the parent. But I'm just
yeah,
saying,
it's got restrictions, I'm sure, but yeah, it's
that's
her first.
crazy, yo.
Is it though? Because wait,
Now,
are we
no, no,
recording?
no, no, no.
Because I had
We
another
are
thing I wanted to
recording
touch on.
because
So,
I'm saying that's crazy because I've gotten over the kids having phones and tablets. But the
mhm,
watches, now I feel like we doing a bit much.
that's the only thing she has though.
But she doesn't have a phone.
Nope. So this is like her
That's a little more.
first
You know what? That's actually not a
piece
bad
of
idea. Because they're
something.
banning phones in school, so having the watch is a
Yep.
good substitute. I think we have to do a poll.
We'll
Do
find
y'all think
out.
it's a good? Do y'all think smartwatches are a good substitute for the kids not having phones in school?
I don't know. I mean, you
I
can
mean, it
communicate on
makes
all of it.
things a little more. No, I'm saying it makes things a little more limited, though. You
It
can't.
does.
Yeah, it
It
makes things a
does.
little more limited. It's not like they can really doom scroll or anything like that on a watch. They probably have like
Right.
limited access. I mean, I have an app, I have a watch, and I know you can access like the web browser, but I don't think there's much you can really do. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's very limited.
And then yeah, you can't play no games. I don't think,
Mm-mm.
girl, my watch is mainly for me to tell time, my heart rate.
Mm-hmm. That's about it.
It's tell time, heart rate, and then speaking when I can't, really get to my
Mm-hmm.
phone for a text message. But other than that, yeah, that's about it. Oh, and to pay for things because I do like to.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to bring up too. So,
Well, go for it, girl.
well, it's funny, and it kind of ties into what we're currently talking about. Is so my sister and my niece's birthday were just
Yes.
over the weekend too.
Cannot
So
believe she turned that old.
yes, and so we had her birthday dinner yesterday, and when I say there was about 20 of her friends at the seafood place,
What seafood plate? Tangy crab.
Juicy.
The juicy.
Listen,
They
they
over here.
don't play. They don't play, okay,
I
about their
can't
food.
even. Okay, so
And
how
they
many
all,
kids? I'm intrigued.
well, I want to say a majority of them ordered some type of boil.
Absolutely, because why else do we go? Are we ordering any?
Honey,
Who's
they
ordering
had
anything
them.
else there?
They had their little
Bibs on,
they
gloves
were
ready.
they were ready. By the time she was bringing the food out, they were ready to start cracking open some
This wasn't
stuff.
their first rodeo.
It was not, okay? And it was like afterwards, okay, we're paying. Excuse me, do you take Apple Pay? One of the little girls. I said, what? What she just asked? Listen, I said, whoa, what a time we have moved in. That was not a thing. You could not request that. That
No,
didn't
because all we had
exist
was a rush
when we
card,
were
girl.
that
That was the
age.
best thing we could have was a rush card, or you could have you remember the rush cards, or
I do.
you could have a bank account at somebody's bank or a credit union meant for children, though. Like it
Yes.
wasn't. It wasn't out here. We wasn't out here tapping to pay. That wasn't a thing.
Tapping to pay on your own. Excuse me.
She asked if they had Apple Pay. I bet you she got a Cash App.
Probably. I said, wow, what a time. What a time we're in.
Not, do you got Apple
Mm,
Pay?
yep. She had to
Oh.
check. Check
Like
and
all
make
we
sure.
had was a rush card. We didn't even had nothing serious like that.
No. That's what I'm
We
saying.
had no mobile banking stuff at all. Like, I
No.
don't think the kids know that if you were born in the 1900s, that because that's what they say.
Don't say
girl.
it like that.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous that they say that, first of all. Okay.
Sheesh.
But if you were born in the 1900s, there was no such thing as being able to just send money to people electronically.
Nope. It just was
No.
not a thing.
I went overseas with cashier's checks.
Say it again. With cashier's checks. Meanwhile, they like, what? Why you just tap it?
And then on top of that, had to go and get my money exchanged for the country's dollar. For their money.
Listen.
It was an extra step. But I literally went with cashier's checks. That's what the parent meeting told my mom. Hey, either with cash or a cashier's check. But do you think my mom was going to send me overseas with $1,000 in the early 2000s? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
She had, and it was like, you could only get a cashier's check. I don't even know nowadays. But like, I think you can only get a cashier's checks for, right, at the bank, but only for a certain amount. So after you exceeded that amount, you had to get another check.
Yeah.
Which means that every time I ran out of money, I had to go cash in another cashier's check.
I need another one of these, please. Need another
Girl,
cashier's check.
the kids don't even know how we used to have to do currency back in the day.
Nope. And that's what just makes it so funny. Like,
she said, you got Apple Pay?
Just put it on that thing.
And as somebody who was also born in the 1900s, valid question, because it's 2026. Do you have Apple Pay?
Yes. I was just amazed.
Boop, boop, like, God, you got me out here having to go in my purse.
That's the time that we're in.
Oh my God.
What a time.
The kids gonna be all right. They gonna be all right. No, they not gonna be all right. Because I wanted to touch on, it's also current news. Because I've been sending you and Steph videos. The kids out here can't read.
Yeah. It's
I didn't know it was that bad.
Wow. So let me tell you, I can't remember if Hub sent this to me or if I discovered it myself. So cursive, remember we talked about cursive and how they snatched that away and now they're reintroducing it back in.
It's like reading hieroglyphs to these kids.
This guy, he had a index card and it had zebra in cursive. Did you see that
the
one?
one I saw had pizza. Them Z's was messing them up.
Tearing them up. I said, how can you not? That's a Z. They saying everything else in the world. Everything else but zebra.
That man, one of them young nephews looked at that man with that index card and was like, you joking? This can't be a real word. Sir.
Yeah, they was like, that's not a real word. You joking, right? What? Are you joking? Because why don't you know that say zebra?
And it don't, okay, cursive, I can give him a pass. You know what I'm saying? Because a little bit, I feel like our generation was that generation where cursive was becoming a lost art. We knew it, but we wasn't trying to use it like that.
Yeah.
Not like my mom and my, like, you know, my grandmother and them like that. Like, no, their regular penmanship was always cursive.
Yes.
You know,
Whole letters.
yes, everything they wrote was in cursive. So I think like our generation was like, what? The only thing that need to be in cursive is my signature for real. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so I kind of feel like we started that trend of being like, listen, it's like learning 2 languages, writing 2 languages. And I don't want to do it no more. But we know how to do it. That's the thing. We
Yes.
know it. We learned it. We know it, even though we don't use it like that.
We don't
There's
use
not,
it on a day-to-day.
right. We don't use it on a day-to-day outside of, I want to say, our signature for real.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, we was just like, we know it, but we don't have to use
Yeah.
it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they can't read it half the time anyway when we write like that. Like, that was our mindset. The kids is like, we don't know what that is and we're not doing it. Okay?
Basically. But when I say that was like, wow.
Girl, when they had the index cards in print and that girl didn't know what perpetual meant, oh my God, now you even have me. What was the word? Multifunctional? One of them cards had a word that was literally, this is an English term, and I know it is, and it is too late for me to try to figure out what it is. But when basically you can break the word up and the word together means one thing, but separately it also means different things, multifunctional. So you know what function is, and we know what multi is, put it together, you should know multifunctional.
Yes. No.
The kids wasn't getting it. And I just like, do we need to go back to conjunction, junction? What's your function?
That's when things really started going downhill. When they took away
Schoolhouse Rock?
You can't listen. Schoolhouse Rock, that was our Saturday morning cartoons lineup.
Girl, yes.
And when they took away TGI Friday.
I totally forgot about TGI Friday.
Because what else were you doing besides watching the lineup on TGI Friday? Okay.
Peak. No, peak.
Just gone.
Now, you know there were several TGI Fridays. Well, I don't want to say
You
it was
know which one I'm
coin.
talking about.
Yeah, it was one coin TGI Friday, and then there was one that just had like their Friday broadcast of the same shows, but they couldn't call it TGI Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to
I'm
be
talking about
rude.
the OG.
I mean, which OG? Because I was watching too. Are we talking like C, or are we talking like Freeform?
We can go CW.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah.
And a one Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when you say that's kind of like, they could have left that stuff.
That was...
I can just like imagine what the kids today would be like if that was still...
Name a show that you feel...
on.
That's a good question I'm going to ask you and ask the audience. Name a show from a one Saturday morning, a TGI Fridays, whatever it is, nostalgia-wise, sitcom. Because that was very big in our childhood. Sitcoms were... We had a lot of them. And
yes.
I'm not going to do that. That's a random fact. It was one man making everybody theme show songs. But that's beside the point. Can you name a show that you feel like the kids' day and age could have benefited from, like we did?
Definitely. So the TGI Friday lineup, first one comes to my mind is Family Matters. I mean, literally a staple. The life lessons were life lessoning.
I want to say I got the same show. I want to say I got the same show, but my memory blurs together nowadays. But that episode of Family Manners when Carl had to go get Eddie up out of that pool hall, if I'm not mistaken, was that the same thing? Was that the episode? I could be getting that mixed up with Fresh Prince. I don't know.
Yeah, that's another one. I'm like, dang, inside or outside for the Friday lineup, Fresh Prince.
That meme, my God, it's gonna be Father's Day, and I feel so bad about bringing this up. But that meme of Will standing in that living room talking to Uncle Phil about his real daddy was such a real moments that I feel like kind of went over our heads during the age when we were when we
Where
saw
we
that
were watching
episode.
it.
Right.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's why I'm like, man, the kids now need those shows, I think,
So bad.
so bad.
So bad. I remember.
Yes, just based
No,
off
go
of
ahead.
that episode that you were referring
Yes.
to. I mean, like, the whole premise of the show, you know what I'm saying? Like
I used to draw a lot of and I guess this would be advice for the new youth directors, I'm gonna say, because I have now moved into a different status in my church where the new kids in the youth department, they see me as a parent
Mhm.
instead of somebody that's cool. Like
Yeah.
how the youth was that I brought up. The youth that I brought up got kids now, they live in other states. Girl, they
Yeah.
are grown functioning adults. So I moved to a different status. Now it's time for somebody else younger to like really be on the youth level. And I will never forget, I drew a lot of my inspiration for what our kids did at church from 90s television, but I would make it and infuse it around church values.
Yes.
I was really good at that. One of my favorite programs to date, and you can ask anybody from my church and stuff, my favorite youth program that we put on is not Christmas, it is not Easter, it is Black History.
Mm.
Black History
Yeah.
Month is my favorite month um for the youth at my church when I was youth director. And we did a lot of
Okay.
groundbreaking things, girl. Like so much so we had, I think the kids did it like 3 weekends in a row one time
Wow.
because everybody wanted to come see it. But we used to have like a
Yeah.
Black History program, and I remember pulling the episode of A Different World when Ron and Dwayne goes to the football game with the rival school that's predominantly white,
Mhm.
and they spray paint on his car.
Mhm.
I did that same skit at church with the
Wow.
kids and kind of like put it in a different way, you know, God loves the little children, purple, yellow, black, white kind of thing. And it was a hit. We've done so many things with so many things, so many things.
Yeah, but
I used to draw a
it's
lot of my
just
information from that. So I feel like the kids do need
to
those
that
type of
point.
shows.
Like they have not to my knowledge, they don't have anything that's coming close. I could be off, but I mean, I don't watch TV like that either to really be a judge. But I know that those shows can stand up to probably anything that they put out now.
No, I don't think the kids got their version of like a Full House, a Sister
You can take it
Sister,
off.
A Different World, even though they're reprising A Different World to the newer generation that's gonna come out soon.
Mhm.
I can't wait to see what that's about. I really hope it hit, but in a modern way, but we will see. They don't have like a Family Matters. They don't have a Fresh Prince.
I think they've tried their hand at it, but it just again, it don't hit.
I'm trying to think of real people shows like ours, like the shows I just mentioned, Step by Step, Boy Meets World. I could go on. I'm trying to think of real people shows and if the kids even have something that does that.
Growing Pains. Did you watch Growing Pains?
Not really.
I watched that one.
I had a very big line in my TV shows. I either watched stuff that was really,
Who's the
really old.
Boss?
Yes, I do
Golden
know who's.
Girls.
Thank you. Golden Girls is still a very much high topic. I love a good Golden
Yes.
Girls. I still watch some of those episodes. But I don't think the kid, ask y'all kids what they watching. I'm interested.
These kids ain't watching nothing. They too busy creating their own content.
And at this point,
Honey,
go off.
we were at the at recital backstage, and one of the cause tablets, phones, they everywhere. And one of the moms leans over to me saying, "Is she doing a TikTok right now?" I said, "I don't know. Probably if it keeps looking repetitive, probably." It's like these are the times we're in.
That's what
They
my
making a TikTok
TikTok
right
look
now.
like. Ba, 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 ba. Swerve and swerve.
Yeah. But man, yeah.
Oh my God. So that was a lot of current news and nostalgia all rolled in one. I love it. And do we need to take a break?
We could.
Let's take a break and we'll be right back
Yeah.
because I have a letter I want to read you.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll be back.
We have a letter.
Hey guys, Annika here from Girlhood to Grownhood podcast, dedicated to millennials, especially moms who are navigating motherhood while holding on to the nostalgia of the late 90s and early 2000s. I wanted to reach out because my co host Tamika and I are offering a few sponsorship spots. Yay! It's a super chill setup. We give your business a shout out on the show, maybe drop a quick promo or special offer, and just help more people hear about what you do. If that sounds interesting, we'd love to send over a few details. Send us an email at girlhoodtogrownhood@gmail.com. Either way, appreciate your time and keep doing awesome things with your business. Later.
Right. So, everybody, welcome back to the show. And I'm going to call this the Grownhood portion of our show, where we talk about serious, not so serious, but serious topics, not really too much of nostalgia and current news and stuff like that, but stuff we actually give our opinion and stuff about. I feel like I'm saying stuff a lot. I'm sorry. But things we give our opinion about, and yeah. So what do you want to go first about? What I talked about with my god sister or the letter I have for you to read?
Yeah. Let's do that first. Would you talk to your god sister about?
So the reason why I was late was because my god sister called me right before the show, and she's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Girl, I need some help and I need some advice." And I'm like, "Okay." Everything
Mm-hmm.
stops when that happens. So I'm like, "Okay, what's
Yes.
up?" So, and this is also a PSA to just women in general, especially because it's something we got to start thinking about, right? I don't think a lot of people think about it actually. It's something I have to think about a lot. So she called me and she's like, "Yo, I'm starting this new medication, and my pharmacist told me that this medication conflicts with my birth control. It makes it less effective." That is the
Okay.
thing, people, that I don't think we think about enough, is what medications affects other ones when we taking them with something like birth control. You know what I'm saying? But she was like, I got to get on something new because it's not being very effective while I'm on this medication, and I need this medication. So she was calling to ask for my advice on which next form of contraceptive should she try.
Mm.
Now, I did not start taking birth control until after I had baby bear.
Mm-hmm.
And it was mainly because we should be smarter and learn from past and all this other thing and things that we see and stuff like that. So I knew that if I wasn't ready to have a second child, contraception was needed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's needed. Something more than just like putting on a condom. And this could be explicit, but we're grown. This is the grown part of our show. Something more than just putting on a condom or like taking your chances with the pull-out method. All right,
A lot of people do that.
we gotta be smarter. That's a high risk.
It's a risky game.
You are literally playing roulette.
Mm-hmm.
But that ain't what this is about.
I'm just saying. Well,
So
since we
I'm just
hit
saying.
on that
So
point,
I definitely was like, yo, let me just go get on something so I can kind of like figure out what our next move is. Right. But it's just not gonna disrupt anything crazy.
yeah.
So I was telling her, because she is a lot like me, we have special things going on within our bodies
Mm-hmm.
that they're still researching and finding things out about. And
Yeah.
like myself, which I'm very open about, because a lot of people with my condition and the stuff that I deal with, they should know these things. when I went to go research contraceptive, one of the things I saw was the fact that based on my chronic illness, some things don't work for me.
Okay.
So instead of putting myself through more strife by just going out there and just signing up for whatever contraceptive they had, I did the research first. And
Wise.
out of all the contraception they got out there, girl, it narrowed it down to only
Like 2?
two options for myself
Okay.
to still keep me healthy, out of the hospital, and my body be in remission from having lupus. It was only 2 types I could choose from.
Wow.
And it was either the pill or, well, I don't want to say 2, I will say 4. 2 of them were not really something I wanted to venture into. Let me put that
Okay.
disclaimer. But it was like 4 options. One was an IUD, depot,
Yep.
pill. I'm missing somebody. I got, the thing in your arm. I heard about girls and the women and the thing in their arm, and that was absolutely a no for me. So that took that off the table,
Yeah.
right?
Understandable.
Right. So then I had the 3, and I started to ask other women in my community about the IUD, and they're like, listen, it's great, but it hurt going in and it hurt coming out. So I'm just like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I'm not signing up for that. Then I also heard that it could grow like it could fuse with your uterine wall, like all this crazy stuff. And I was just like, yeah, that sounds real. I would be the one. Considering my history, I would be the one. I would be the one. So I was just like, yeah, that's not enough. I want to gamble with. So it gave me either the shot or the pill.
Okay.
I was being lazy, and I was just like, I don't feel like taking a pill every day at the same time, all the time. Because why do we have those many? Like, why is that one of the caveat? I think that's the wrong word. Why is that one of the instructions of taking the pill that I got to take it at the same time every day as long as I'm on it? That's a lot of maintenance,
Yeah. Yeah. I
in my
mean,
opinion.
because life be lifing, and it's, I
I
can't
will
even
walk
remember
out that door
yesterday.
and forget, depending on how stressful my day is. So I was telling her, I was like, well, you can always do process of elimination. If you really want to experiment, you can go in, try one. If you don't like it, you can stop it, get it removed, whatever, and switch to something else. So I was telling her my best advice for her would be to start with the depot. But I was very truthful about her with the depot. I felt like when I took the shot for just the 2 injections I had, it wasn't for me. Mainly because of the mood and thoughts.
Okay.
That is one of the underlying side effects. So I was like, if you're going to do the shot, cool, but like tell them to put you on a small dose depressant before starting, which is something I wish
Yeah.
somebody would have told me. Like, yeah, like the shot is cool and all, but like these are the prerequisites before I would get that.
Yeah, that's good advice. I mean, I'm a big advocate for, like you said, researching for yourself. I I guess I would kind of wonder, like, okay, what did her doctor say? Like, as far as, is she just leaving it up to her?
No, they
Or is
gave
she
her the best
like,
options for herself, and then now she has to choose.
okay. So really it does kind of come down to her researching
Exactly. And what
and
she's
doing the
comfortable with.
legwork and what
Now I
she's
will
comfortable
say,
with.
people ultimately that shot wasn't for me. I went back and told them that I didn't want that no more. And
Yeah.
I would set an alarm every day at the same time to go ahead and just pop that pill because of what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
But that my main takeaway is in her case and stuff like that is before anybody like put you on a new medicine or you got a chronic illness and stuff like that, make sure it works for you before you just say yes to whatever they say. And that's all I'm saying. Everybody is different. What works for this person doesn't work for that person. But like I told her, I would research it, be comfortable with the decision, and know that you can always change.
Yeah.
But to know some of the stuff, I knew a lot about all of those methods before I even decided on one. But it doesn't take it. It doesn't. It's not going to matter until you're actually on it and see how your body responds to it.
Right.
So just make good choices out here, people, when we're doing medications and all the preventative measures and stuff like that, especially nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, It's like, granted, we have so many options than, years prior. And right, I think just doing your due diligence at the end of the day, and like you said, knowing what is going to mesh well with your body, definitely communicating with your doctor, like, hey, if it don't feel right, hey, okay, I think we might need to explore something else or what have you, and just keeping that close communication too. And I think another thing, like, I'm so glad we're talking on this subject, just in general, of like having a doctor. Like, the sooner the better. And I can't even emphasize that enough. Like, as a person that suffers from high blood pressure, and I mean, like, what did my doctor write? It's essential hypertension. Like, when I first went to see her, my numbers were crazy. Like, and I was not heavy. And I think a lot of times too, we need to be mindful not to box ourselves in. Well, like, I'm not that size, so there's no way that I could be pre-diabetic
Absolutely
or
not.
have
Yeah, absolutely
hypertension.
not.
And then you go to the doctor and it's not the case.
I mean, we went to school with a tiny girl that was diabetic.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't have a stereotypical body type that goes with stuff like that.
Mhm. Yeah, but my emphasis is like the sooner you get established with the doctor, the better, and to do your research. Like, nobody, like, definitely things to take your time with is finding a physician that's a good matchup for you.
Now,
Even if
would
you have
you
to drive a little
say
bit, I drive for mine.
I go to
I
Ann
drive for
Arbor?
mine.
I go to Ann Arbor. Okay,
Mhm.
I drive for
Like,
mine as well. But would you say, because from my point of view, if we had to give the young ladies in general who might come across our show or listen to it, would you say it's safe to say the top two doctors they should always, like, they should have first? And I'm considering the bubble of women that are scared to go to the doctor, not very comfortable with it, very comfortable with it,
mhm.
in that in between or whatever the case may be. I feel like it is most important for women, young ladies all across the spectrum should at least have a PCP and a gynecologist.
Absolutely.
If you don't have
That's
nothing
bare
else,
bones. That's the bare bones.
if you don't have nothing else, have those two, okay?
Yeah, because
Please.
that's your what would you say? Like your gateway, or
The people who will find out what
the
needed to be
people that will
found out if you
find.
had anything.
Yes, like, that's ground zero, right?
Yes.
The foundation, if you will.
And then if you want to
And
get fancy, throw on a dermatologist
yeah,
because skin is important.
absolutely. Like, if that's something that you struggle with, and
Allergists, if
like,
you're one of those people who,
if you can
can't
raise your
do
hand,
right.
like, hey, I could use somebody like that.
Ears, nose, and
Absolutely.
throat if you got that. But standard should always be a PCP and a GYN.
Yeah. Like, that's ground level,
Period.
and like I say, my doctor, I, I so I came across her actually. She was doing like medical segments for a local news station. And she,
You.
yeah, like, I believe she still does it. So she does like local 4 news. And at the time, I was living in like Oakland County area. So that
Right.
was a news station I always watched. And I just happened to catch her barely watching the news, but she raised my antennas because, for one, she looked like me, and she was talking the medical jargon. I was like, oh, I need to check her out. Oh, I need a doctor. And it was just like the rest was history.
I love
And
that for you.
yeah, like, it can be as simple as that. Like, just kind of pay attention to like who family members might know, and that they actually have gone to them for some time, right? And I'm not talking about like 1 or 2 years, but very well they have a rapport, And they said it because you need to have a good relationship with your doctor.
Yes,
Like,
absolutely.
if you can't be open with anybody else, you should be able to be open with your doctor.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody should have a PCP and a gynecologist.
Yeah, and
them need to be the people you tell the truth to. Okay?
yeah, like
They are non-judgmental, okay, people?
yeah, and like
We
I'm
need to start
big.
getting comfortable. Like, your doctors
Let
are
it
here for
go
you to tell the truth, not to lie, okay?
because they looking
Because
at
they're
all
gonna
kinds of places
forget after you
anyway.
walk out the door after the 50 pages that I saw. They're there to just treat you and make you better. Now, please do have some discernment. If you feeling
Mhm.
weird or whatever like that, and you feel like you might need to change, yes, still keep that. But what I'm saying is, get you somebody that you
Yeah,
can go in and be
start
like,
somewhere.
listen.
Start somewhere. You know.
Because I go on my doctors, I have a whole spiel now. I be like, especially if I get
Yes.
a new one, girl, a new one, hate to
Like
see me
have a
coming.
seat, have some coffee.
No,
We
it ain't
gonna
no have a
chat.
seat, have some coffee. It is, listen, all the other stuff in my chart has nothing to do with you. I have a specialist for that. I am here because I have a cough, okay? You don't need to go into what happened in 2012. Just look at what
Well,
I'm already taking. Make sure don't nothing battle each other, and make sure I stay out of the hospital. That's all I need you to do. I give that same speech to every doctor I have, especially if
you're
they end
not
up new on the
wrong.
team.
You're not wrong because you have a very extensive
Girl, my
medical
chart is a Harry
history.
Potter book.
Yes, like your chart is the Harry Potter book. And so you just tell them this is the years that you need to focus on.
Yeah, because
All that other
mainly,
stuff.
yeah, like I got somebody for that. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna share the charts with you. You can read all you want. Like, that's how I feel.
You can read
It
on your
just annoyed
downtime.
me because after a while, every time I would see a doctor, we would start over and we would just keep starting over and
You
starting
felt like
over.
a
And I was just,
parrot.
yes, and I was just like, listen, especially when I got a doctor where I literally did not come in there for anything lupus related. Nothing. I just
And they
needed a
immediately
nail.
wanted to talk
I
about
just
that.
needed a nail removed from my toe. That was
Okay.
it. And I ended up being there for almost 2 hours because this man was so enthralled with my better yet,
He got all up in there.
I remember going to an appointment, and I felt bad for this crew. It's a teaching hospital, but they have to ask you before people can just come in, right? You know, they still got to
Mhm.
get that, because you can say no.
Yeah, permission.
And I go to a teaching hospital because duh. But I remember being in an appointment, and the people that I was seeing, he came in by himself, and then like when he came back, it was like 7 other people with him.
Yeah. What was that? Okay. So sorry.
No, it's fine.
It's extremely loud. I
It
don't know what
doesn't
that
end.
was.
But he came back with like 7 other people with him, and they're all like, we've never met anybody that's ever had GBS, and we just had to come see for ourselves. What the hell are you talking about?
You're like a star.
I came in here to just get my toe.
And they came in with a gang of people, like they was ready for a campfire story. I
That
can
was the
only
moment.
imagine
That
that
was the moment when I was
they
over
came
it.
in like looking at you
Girl.
like
I was literally an anomaly.
mhm.
Which, don't get me wrong, I probably am. But I'm just
Yeah.
humble about it, okay? There's people that go through things and survive, okay? But no, all in all, before we move on to the letter, because I feel like we spend a lot of time on that. That's a very
Yeah,
good
but
conversation, though, with
it
women.
was a really good conversation. I'm glad that
Absolutely.
came up because
Absolutely.
important things.
Absolutely. But let's just be a lot better being like, when we go in a doctor, they want us to put on some, want to put us on something or something like that. Let's just make sure we're asking like, yo, I'm on this. Let me make sure it doesn't coincide with that. Again, I'm speaking from my own experience. This ain't nothing I'm making up. Even when I got on my meds for the
Seriously, the success
one doctor gave me something that completely coincided with that medication and could cause seizures.
No.
We
Big
got
no.
to
And
make
read
sure.
labels inside. Read all the side effects for yourself.
Hello. And he's
Be your
like, I
own
don't know why
advocate.
the doctor who gave you that would have gave you that because you own this. So now I'm looking at him like, excuse me. That's just neither here or there. But yes, I I just wanted to touch on that because I was almost like, 19 minutes late jumping on? Because, yeah.
Had to talk that out.
Girl, absolutely. So I'm going to
What's this letter?
I know I'm trying to find it. Dang it, I feel like I lost.
I'm like, why are you whispering?
I don't know.
And it's like I'm lowering my voice. Why are we whispering?
So this is a letter that it says, am I wrong for refusing to give my sister my wedding dress? So it says, today's letter, I am a 35-year-old woman and I got married 7 years ago. At the time, I spent almost $3,000 on my dream wedding dress, which I feel like is a
That's
lot of
not
money for a
cheap.
dress, but whatever.
All
But
right.
it is a wedding dress. We can't relate because we didn't have extravagant weddings. So
$3,000 for the dress? She said her dream
that's a
wedding
good
dress.
budget, in my opinion.
I'm
I don't know. The people
underlining
have
dream.
to let me know because my dress is only $75.
She went to Kleinfeld's.
Who? Her?
Kleinfeld. Yeah.
I don't know. Probably so. So she said I spent almost $3,000 on my dream wedding dress. It wasn't a designer dress or anything, but it was the dress. The one that made me feel the most beautiful, the most confident, most honestly like my best version of myself. Even now, years later, it's still one of the few keepsakes from my wedding that still make me smile. My younger sister, 29, is getting married next spring. She's trying to save money because she and her fiance are paying for most of the wedding themselves. A few months ago, she mentioned that she would love to wear my wedding dress. I said, that's sweet. She thought that was me opening a door saying yes, she could. A few weeks later, she called me and asked, could she come pick up the dress so she could have it altered? That's when I told her I wasn't comfortable with that. Now, here's the thing. I don't want anyone wearing my dress because I'm saving it. Excuse me. I'm sorry, the toddlers messing up my reading skills. I don't want anyone wearing my dress, not because I'm saving it for a future daughter, not because it's a lot of money. I don't love my sister or anything like that. I just don't want to give it away. Does that sound dramatic? I don't know. It's sentimental to me. Sometimes I take it out the garment bag and look at it, and it reminds me of my very special day. My sister didn't like my answer. She told me I would never wear the dress, and I mean, that's fair, and that it was just sitting in the closet. Then I told her she'd be honored. Then she told me that she'd be honored to wear it. Now, that did spark a little bit of, I love how she put that in there. But then she said something that really got under my skin, which is she asked, so would you rather let it sit in the closet than to help your own sister? The part that really has me 10 toes down is I recently found out that she doesn't just want the dress, she wants to completely change it. She plans to remove the sleeves, remove the train, shorten the back, change the neckline, and even dye parts of it a different color. Now she's telling everybody I'm choosing the dress over our situation because I told her I'm not comfortable about it. Yada, yada, yada. I'm going to get it. So, okay. Before you make judgment, this is the end because it was kind of long. This is the end. Before you make judgment, here's the detail I left out also. My sister's wedding budget is approximately $40,000.
$40K and we didn't have the dress budgeted.
I wasn't done. My sister's
Bad.
wedding budget is approximately $40,000. So how come you can't just get your own dress? Why do you have to have mine? She can afford her own dress, right? With $45,000 worth of budget. Would I be mean to tell her she cannot wear my dress?
Absolutely not. I mean, $40,000. Well, surely something can be cut down a little bit for you to get your dream dress and let your sister have her dream dress. Like, why are you that's like putting a burden on somebody unnecessarily. Like certain things, and you're altering it. So that's a little disrespectful, in my opinion. When you paying 40K for the wedding, but then you want somebody else's dream dress and you want to alter that dream dress that they paid. Who's to say that her sister even had $3,000 at the time to pay for her dream wedding dress? Can we just we can just sew it up right there, because you're not supposed to count anybody's pockets like that, but she may have been in a season where it was her last, or she had to make some serious sacrifices to afford that dress. And here you are just wanting to fork it over, and then I'm gonna make some changes to it for you not to ever want to wear it again.
Probably changes that would have cost the same amount of her just buying her own dress.
And that too, because
that's where my head was at.
Alteration's not a joke.
My head wouldn't even know what you was talking about. My head was like, okay, so let's say I was the one, like I am, sentimental things, they hold weight, but it depends on what it is. Something like a wedding dress, and I'm not like majority of the people. I thought about altering my own wedding dress to make it something different for my wedding day, and I only spent $75 on it. So if my sister was to ask for my dress, and let's say I was to say yeah, and she was to alter it, which, okay, if I say yeah and she got the dress, she's entitled to altering it, in my opinion. I would have definitely pointed out, like, girl, the money you spending to alter my dress, you could have bought your own.
Exactly. I mean, and then too, like, to me, it just seems like, okay, why do you want her dress? You know what I mean? Like, certain things is just like sacred. I don't know. In a wedding dress for a woman, that's like a sacred thing, just as much as the wedding itself and the
True.
wedding day. It's all everything that you envision it to be, everything that you want it to be. It's very custom to each woman and each couple. So why would you want to take away from that? Even though it's just it is the wedding dress, it's still part of the whole wedding day and what her experience was.
Yes, agreed.
Because we know dang well you basically paying for an experience for yourselves as that couple and the people that you celebrating the day with.
Which is why I didn't have one.
Neither did I. Like, I can't. But you talk to enough people, and that's pretty much the same sentiment that they come up with. Like, we dropped a serious bag for other people to enjoy themselves.
Come eat and listen to a DJ. That's what I call it. Now, me, I feel like if it was something so sentimental to you,
it's a hard conversation. And like,
no, it's not.
Because, okay, listen, because different people, different personalities, so my knee-jerk reaction was what I said initially. Why couldn't she go ahead and cut some? You said the 40K was for this wedding. Surely you could have made some adjustments within that budget.
Wouldn't have made a difference with, and this, I don't know.
Barely, because people go over budget all the time, okay?
I feel like I would rather
weddings.
cut 50 people and have my dress than to have 50 people there.
Exactly. And how many times do weddings go over budget? It's just like
all
a known thing.
They never stay within budget.
What? Go ahead and spend the money, get the dress that you want, and you just have to chalk it up to the game like everybody else did.
That was
like
what I mean by, like, for something so sentimental. And that's why it's a hard conversation to have. No, it's not. Maybe that's just me and my personality.
Some people, they were like, okay, I want to, if they want to be kind-hearted, or she did say it's her sister. It's not like it's your friend.
If Joe would have called me and I felt like this girl, I'm just spinning it from another. Sorry. I know, but I'm saying that's why person. That's why I said I don't think it is a hard conversation to have. Depending,
people
and I
it
will give you that
is.
depending on the type of person you are, which is why we have this show. Because, girl, no, that's not a hard conversation to have. Had that been my sister, but girl, you can't wear my wedding dress. You have to find something else, girl. I'm not letting you do that. And then you got $40,000 anyway. Girl, if you don't chop half of them people off your list, get the dress you want to have,
Like,
and
come
then
on,
you
I'll
still
sit down
within your
with you.
$40,000 budget, girl. I'm not, no. And then you gonna tear my dress apart? Not happening. Not a hard conversation.
But then on the flip side, for some
What
people,
flip side? There's no flip
on the
side.
flip side, there's people out there that would consider.
No,
Okay,
because at
maybe
the
I
end of the
can.
day, if in your heart you're really not comfortable with it, you know that before you say yes. Especially because she said in the letter, she took that as a yes. She never said yes. The girl took that as a yes. So that was even more to stand up and be like, girl, I never said that. Where did you get yes from? I never
Yeah.
told you that. Is it in a
Yeah.
text? Do you have receipts? I never said yes. So you took it upon yourself to assume that I was just gonna let you wear my dress because you're my sister? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm just saying from another angle. Some
There
people
is no other angle.
might actually say, let me consider it. Let me think about it. Let me sleep
Pray
on
on
it.
it.
Let me pray on it. Let me get back to you and give me a week or two, okay? Let me mull it over.
If you got to do that, then you already in your heart know the answer is no. My opinion. If I got to think about it, that means I was already
She
gonna
would
say
have
no.
to come up with some serious justification. Like, well, why? Well, why? Why does she feel like, okay,
Like, why does she feel
would
like
like
she
to
needs to have her dress?
Yes.
I can see that because I don't understand the motive
Yeah,
behind that
because
either.
state your case. Because where does that stream from? Did you just, I don't know, you limited as far as wedding shops? You know,
I was trying to justify
I'm
it in
just
my
trying to give
head just
another
now.
angle.
I was just trying to justify
It's
it in
still
my
a no
head
for
just
me.
now. Let's saying like, oh, the sister, let's say for instance, it was just the two of them. And neither one of them, you know, I don't know. But let's just say she's like, yes, I want to wear the sister, you know, the dress my sister had on for her wedding, but I want to change it. And then that way, if I have a girl and she have a girl, then they can have this dress for them and then they can change it. And it comes like this heirloom, I guess. I still can't see that even happening.
Yeah. I mean, there is a thing where, okay, dresses have been passed down, like you said, as an heirloom, and they have been slightly tweaked over time.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we're talking about your sister's dress versus a dress that somebody great grandmother had, and you wanting to have it. It's your turn to have it now, and
then
I guess do
also,
what you will.
these are, I can only look at it from a perspective of whose dress I would have asked to wear if I did that type of ceremony. And it would have been my mama. And her dress mimicked Princess Diana's. I didn't want to look like that.
Well, see, and that's where the talks of, okay, if I'm gonna wear it, I'm gonna end up altering it
My
because this
mom,
is not my look.
there's no alternate that could have happened to my mama's dress for me to wear that. She legit was like, I want the same thing Princess Di wore when she got married. My mom's dress legit mimicked Princess
Oh,
Diana's dress. She wanted all of the fluff, pageantry, bows. Horrid. Absolutely
well,
ghastly.
yeah, my
No, my
mom's was
mama looks
very
good. Don't
much
get me
like,
wrong.
yeah, like,
My mama look good for the
make no
time
mistake,
now. But as for me, absolutely not.
like
There's no amount of altering that could
the
have made.
material, and it's just, they had the sleeves down, the full sleeve. My mom got married in August, and it was covered, and
My
I was
mom also
absolutely
got married
not.
during a very hot time of the year. I do
Ella,
believe it
you
was
wore
around
that?
Memorial Day.
Honey, it was so hot in the
Hot.
hall that
Full sleeve.
their cake fell.
Wow.
I still remember that. I was like, 4, and
My
I
mama
can
and
remember
daddy
that
got
being
married right in
drama.
that yard at my granny house, the greenhouse, girl. That's where my mama got
For real?
married. Yes, in the
Huh?
backyard. And it was just like a very much with everybody coming for Memorial Day anyway. So why don't we have it that weekend? The food already ready to go.
Just
Which
bring a
I'm
nice
not mad
dress.
at it because yes,
Yeah,
kill
that's
two
that's
birds,
a
one
thing
stone.
now. That's a thing now too. Like,
I don't
people
even
are
want to
getting
call it a thing. I very much was like,
it makes sense.
why would I spend all this money for half the people that's there I barely know like that? So
To run it
then,
all together.
and I'm paying $25 a plate? Nah. With the
Yeah.
bar now, which is what people expect. Now we're getting off topic. Okay, you know what? Let's just move on. And maybe we'll talk about weddings another day because we are entering wedding season.
Yeah, and I have a little quick little something I heard about that too. Like this
We're going to save it for next
Okay, we'll
week
pin it.
because I got some wedding stuff I want to talk about too. And that'll be a part of our grown woman segment. So we have the Girlhood and the Grownhood. This ends our show. I thought it'd be really nice to like give some wisdom or closing remarks of some sort. Since we are reshaping our show, everybody. So you will be getting some new things here and there.
Hope you guys like this format today.
I
This
thought it went very
outline.
well.
I did too.
Yes.
But of course, let us know what you guys think.
Absolutely. Love to hear in the comments. We asked you guys some questions. I don't really want to create a poll to pull in our audience. I want to see what happens organically, but I will just because that's the thing nowadays. But I really want to know from the people that actually listen to this show. Start giving us some comments, start liking and sharing it and doing some of the things that people do because we will be changing some things coming up into almost our year anniversary.
Doesn't even seem like a year
It really
already.
does not seem like a year already, but I have some pretty cool things in mind.
Ooh, can't wait for
And
that.
I hope you do too.
Can't wait.
But closing
Always keep the
remarks
wheels
is
spinning.
everybody is hot outside. Please start drinking your water and don't cause no chaos at these people's pool.
Have your water and mind your business.
Period. All right, with that, everybody, this is Girlhood the Grownhood. I am Ta'Mika.
And I'm Onaka.
And we will see y'all next time.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.